If what you're doing only benefits you, it's not big enough. I don't know why that would upset anybody unless they know they're not doing anything at all.
Oh, wow. Why, someone got upset about that?
I don't know.
Charlamagne. You just had to do it. You had to do it. Just let it go. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Charlamagne just recently dissed Joe Budden again on an episode of The Brilliant Idiots. And of course he did it subtle. When he was talking about having his 3rd annual Black Effect expose, and he was talking about the event being free and giving back. And of course he said, why would that anger anyone about what I said about giving back to other people? And of course, you know, Schultz is like, what do you mean? Did someone get mad? You know what they were talking about.
It's a free event. 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Marriott Marquis, Times Square, Saturday, October 7th, mentalwealthexpo.com. My 3rd annual Mental Wealth Expo. You know, because we have all these conversations and you hear us talk about, you know, going on vacations and, you know, everybody claims to be doing so well. I keep telling y'all over and over, this is my challenge to all of y'all. If you're doing so well, pour back into other people. Give back to other people. If what you're doing only benefits you, it's not big enough. I don't know why that would upset anybody unless they know they're not doing anything at all.
Oh, wow. Why, someone got upset about that?
I don't know. I just like to throw it out there and speak to everybody. I like to speak to the people who are doing those things, and I like to speak to the people who aren't. And you have to decide within yourself which one of those people you are. Oh, one more thing, Taylor.
Back about 2 episodes ago, Charlamagne called out Joe Budden. He's like, yeah, a lot of people like to talk, and just it's all about them. All about them, me. What are they doing for other people? And he's referring to the Joe Budden network or the podcast, how it's mainly only him as a main entity, and you don't really see any other networks or any other podcasts or just any other ventures venturing off of that. So that's what he's talking about. Because about 2 pods ago, Joe Budden says that he doesn't go back and forth with B mics, and he was now calling Charlamagne the B mic. I remember maybe about a year or 2 ago when him and Schultz were going at it, he was calling him Charlamagne's lackey and a left-wingus, and he's a this and that and caters to this and that. But you know, if it's gonna benefit him for the moment, he's gonna reverse it and flip it and try to belittle you and try to plant some type of seeds in their head or the listener's head. But to me, no. Both of them are still 1A and 1B on the mic, and that switches every week or every other week. A lot of people might feel that way because Charlamagne has toned it down drastically, mainly because of all these allegations, and you know, he's been kind of hit hard as far as lawsuits and people wanting to come at his neck. Meanwhile, Schultz, he's a comedian and he just basically turned it up, and he's turned it up to the max, and he's a comedian and he can be free and say the wildest things. But honestly, if you really watch this show, both of them are still just as wild on the show and the things they say. So it's all up to you what you believe in, who you think is A or B. Now you already know Joe is gonna hear this and reply somehow, some type of way, as the pod wars continue, and the problem with these two will just never come to an ending. And I know someone is gonna hear this and be like, no, how is Charlamagne dissing him? That's a reach. That's what they said on my last video about this, when it said when Charlamagne mentioned Joe and Joe responded back, and they said I was reaching. But no, why do you think Joe responded the way he the way he did and said, I'm not responding to no B mic? Yeah, so it wasn't a reach. I know what I heard. But anyways, let's stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel for more, and let's go.